Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now, don't take it as a joke. A stranger keeps visiting your house, when you're not home, and they are taking my dear child, pay attention, what I'm about to say, isn't just to pique your interest, it's a divine alert. Something strange is occurring around you, yet you haven't fully seen it. But I have, heaven has. And if you choose to dismiss this, you won't just risk losing possessions, you could lose your peace of mind. There's someone not from your family, not a guest you've invited, not even someone you recall ever meeting, yet they return again and again. They appear when your lights are off, when you're gone, when your heart feels most unguarded. They approach your door like they belong, but they don't. They hesitate not out of doubt, but because they believe no one's paying attention. They were wrong, God was watching, and I am telling you now. You've sensed it, haven't you, that odd shift in atmosphere when you get home, the way something subtle feels off, a small item slightly misplaced, that instinct in your gut, whispering that something happened. That's not imagination, that's divine awareness reaching out, urging you to notice. This visitor isn't just taking physical objects, they're absorbing something far more vital. They're feeding on the spiritual residue you leave behind, your openness, your trust, your energy. And those little things you ignore, that's what's giving them access. And now, with the power and urgency of Archangel Michael, I tell you, do not overlook this any longer. This is not fantasy, this is real, this is your life, and you were divinely drawn to this moment for a reason. Don't scroll away, there's more. What are they stealing exactly? They're taking your scent, your presence, your spiritual footprint. Many don't realize this, but souls leave behind energetic marks in the places they dwell. And this intruder, this shadow from your past, is entering your sacred space to mirror you. They're not just inspired by your energy, they're trying to embody it, replace it, become it. That's a theft of the deepest kind, quiet, unseen, yet dangerously impactful to your destiny. Pause here, my beloved, subscribe, follow, stay close to these messages from your angels. I am God, and my voice travels in whispers, through signs, through wind, and through moments like this one. Don't miss what's meant for you. Come closer, closer still, this message needs to reach not just your ears, but your soul. The person doing this isn't random, they're connected indirectly. A friend of someone you once knew, a fading echo from your past. They didn't just stumble upon your home, they planned, waited, observed. Every time you felt that eerie quiet walking in, every time your spirit felt unsettled, it was them. Their energy clinging to your walls like smoke. But they've been doing more than just entering, they've been leaving energy of their own. Like spiritual fingerprints, attempting to overwrite what you naturally carry. It's envy, not of your possessions, but of your light. You carry a glow, even in silence. And to those walking in darkness, your purity feels like a threat. So they try to imitate, distort, or replace it. But what they've forgotten is powerful, your home isn't just physical, it's spiritual. A divine space, a sacred altar. And now, because you've received this message, divine protection is being activated. Over every threshold, every window, every path once accessed by this intruder now sealed. Cloaked in holy light, angels of light now stand guard. You may not see them, but the one who comes with bad intentions will. They'll sense it immediately, that empty stillness they once found, gone, replaced by divine fire. This space, this life, it's no longer open to them. But you have a role to play too. Stand by your door, speak a blessing aloud, even if you feel unsure. Declare. In the name of the highest power, my space is sacred, my home is divine, and no dark force may linger here any longer. Say it until it resonates deep in your core. That's when the atmosphere shifts, that's when heaven fills the space. And as you speak, I'll be right beside you, your angels, your protectors, they surround you. That's how you arrived at this message, you were led. Because the person entering your space thinks they know you, but they don't understand how fiercely protected you now are. Now let's talk about what's to come, especially in the next 7 days. This person, once they realize access is denied, will try new tactics. They may disguise themselves, they might try to reach out through a call, a message, a seemingly innocent offer to return something you forgot. Don't fall for it, not yet. Watch closely, you'll be given a sign, perhaps a number, a name, a voice that echoes more than coincidence. That's when you'll know. Don't worry, I'll stay with you, until this is resolved, until what lurks in the shadows is exposed under heaven's light. Very soon, you'll understand their true motive. It's not just about objects, it's about your calling. They sensed your greatness, before you did, they felt the power of your path. That's why they came, not because of what you've done, but because of where you're going. So stay alert, stay spiritually awake. Their time is ending, yours is beginning. Let me be clear, child, I am no longer whispering. My voice rises, not from anger, but urgency. Because while you sit reading this, unsure if it's coincidence, someone has been quietly weaving around your life. Pretending to be harmless, but acting in shadows. They haven't broken your locks, but they've trespassed spiritually. They've handled things sacred to you. And what they're crafting isn't harmless, it's a replica of your life, a counterfeit of your journey. But they've crossed into territory that belongs only to God. They overlooked something vital, you are covered. Every step they now take toward you leads to their exposure. You've been feeling tired lately, more than usual. Not just physically, but spiritually. Like your thoughts are scattered, your energy off, like your home doesn't quite feel like yours anymore. That's spiritual interference, that's the residue of a presence that doesn't belong. And now I need you to awaken. This person isn't simply curious, they're fixated. Consumed by what you carry. Because you, child, were never ordinary. Your space, your home, is a divine connection point with heaven. Let me tell you something deeper. They've been trying to steal your peace, your divine rest. They're drawn to the warmth of your sanctuary, the blanket you curl under, the room you cry in, the corner where you laugh. But this isn't just about envy, they want to replace you, spiritually, entirely. But I won't let them, neither will God. Now heaven encircles you with fire, not to harm, but to protect. Next time they attempt to enter, they'll feel it in their bones, a forceful resistance. A shiver that says, you do not belong here. Child, this part is crucial, you are not imagining things, you are not too sensitive, your awareness is your gift. Use it now. Be observant, listen closely to the signs, the timing, the shifting shadows, the misplaced objects. Something or someone is about to slip up. Someone you wouldn't expect, a neighbor, a delivery person, maybe even a friend, will say something small, something casual. "I saw someone at your door," or "I thought I heard you home." That will be your signal. And when that moment arrives, don't panic, don't argue, don't confront. Protect, cleanse, declare, strengthen, fortify. Come closer still, because here's what you haven't realized yet: the reason God is revealing all of this now, is because what's coming your way is enormous. Even the adversary sensed it before you did. That's why the intrusions increased, not because of where you've been, but because of where you're about to go. They could feel your breakthrough approaching. And heaven is ensuring nothing taints it, not now, not ever. This message came at the exact moment it needed to. Because you are on the edge of something sacred, and nothing can stop what's already in motion. Their theft wasn't just about physical objects, it was spiritual, emotional, even psychological. They didn't just want what you had, they wanted to become you, in some strange twisted way. Not out of malice entirely, but from a deep place of emptiness inside them. They mistook your peace for weakness, your kindness for permission, your light for something they could simply take. But what they didn't realize, is that light doesn't just sit still, it fights back, and now that light is alive inside you again, not dim, not flickering, but blazing. You were never meant to be a passive observer of your own life, you were born to be the guardian of your space, the defender of your peace, the commander of your spiritual territory. And now that command has returned to you, fully. This isn't just about one intruder anymore, this is about every energetic force, every sneaky spirit, every deceptive person, that ever tried to enter your life, without being sent by heaven. The line has been drawn, the boundary has been sealed, no more unauthorized access. From this moment forward, your home is a fortress, your spirit is a flame, and your faith is your weapon. And now, child, let me take you even deeper, because I sense you're ready. You've walked through fear, you've acknowledged the spiritual warfare, and now it's time to step into revelation. There's something specific that you need to understand about your story. Your light wasn't just born from blessings, it was shaped by battles. You didn't become spiritually strong, because life was easy, you became powerful, because you kept standing, even when the ground beneath you trembled. And those who envy your glow, they don't know what it cost you, to shine this bright. That's why heaven defends you so fiercely, you're not just protected, you're treasured. And with that treasure comes responsibility. This is the season where you must walk boldly in your discernment, you must listen to your inner knowing, as if it were sacred scripture, because it is. You must guard your dreams, like divine blueprints, and you must keep your peace, like a holy fire, fed daily with intention, with prayer, with silence. Now hear this part with clarity: spiritual warfare is not always loud. Sometimes it wears a smile, sometimes it looks like help, sometimes it feels like comfort. But if your spirit feels disturbed, even when your mind can't explain why, that's your sign, that's your warning, that's your angel whispering, not this, not now, not them. And you must obey that voice, no second guessing, no more doubting yourself. Because the devil doesn't always come to destroy you directly, sometimes he just wants to distract you enough, so you never step into the fullness of your calling. But that ends now. You are stepping into a new dimension of authority, you are being called into spiritual maturity, you are being activated as a light carrier, not just for your home, but for others who are still lost in their battles. And your life, your energy, your story, it will become a beacon, not because you sought it, but because heaven appointed it. Child, take this seriously, what you've experienced lately, those uneasy moments, those signs and shifts, they were warnings, yes, but they were also invitations. Invitations to rise, to command, to reclaim, to transform your space, from a place of fear, to a place of fire. So what do you do next? You walk like you're not alone, because you're not. You speak like your words carry power, because they do. You wake up each morning and declare, I am covered, I am guided, I am guarded. And you don't just say it with your lips, you believe it with your soul. Because belief changes atmosphere, belief opens doors, belief shuts down demonic assignments, before they ever reach your doorstep. And belief, true belief, aligns you with heaven's protection, in a way no weapon can penetrate. Now here's something else, that heaven is releasing to you in this moment, restoration. Yes, restoration of what was stolen, time, energy, focus, peace. But also restoration of something even deeper, trust. Trust in your discernment, trust in your journey, trust in your connection to the divine. Because child, you were never off track, you were being trained. What felt like delays, were actually preparations, what felt like losses, were strategic removals, and what felt like loneliness, was heaven clearing the room, so you could hear more clearly. Now you're hearing, now you're aware, now you're ready. So let me give you a vision of what comes next. I see you waking up with clarity, I see you walking into rooms with an unshakable calm, I see you cleaning your home, not just with brooms and sprays, but with declarations. I see you touching your doors, speaking blessings, anointing corners with oil and intention. I see you smiling, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you're divinely protected, even in the middle of the unknown. You are no longer walking into battle unarmed, you are walking into battle, with heaven behind you. And that stranger, that energy, that spirit. They will no longer have access, not physically, not spiritually, not in dreams, not through memories. That door is sealed, that frequency is blocked, that cycle is broken. Let me tell you something sacred now, there is a generation of angels assigned specifically to people like you. People who carry quiet strength, people who love deeply, people who sense what others ignore. You are not weak for feeling everything, you are chosen because of it. And now that you've awakened, those angels are no longer standing guard, they're moving, strategically, precisely, defending not just your space, but your purpose, your future, your peace. So breathe deeply, let your body feel that shift, let your spirit absorb the calm. Because the fight is not yours, it's already being handled. And your only job now, is to stay aligned, stay aware, and stay grounded in the truth of who you are, a light bearer, a spiritual warrior, a divine child under sacred protection. Now as I begin to step back, know this, I was never far, I've always been near, guiding, whispering, protecting. And even when you couldn't feel it, even when you thought you were alone, I was there, shielding you from what you didn't even know, was trying to reach you. That stranger thought they could steal your light, but what they didn't know, is that your light comes from a source no hand can touch. It is eternal, it is divine, and now it is fully awakened. You're no longer the same, you can't be. Something in you has shifted. And though the world may look the same outside your window, everything has changed inside your soul. That's the power of revelation, that's the weight of divine truth. And now it's yours to carry. No matter how many times the darkness may knock, you are under no obligation to answer. You are no longer who you once were, the person who tolerated energy that drained you, the one who questioned their own worth, in the mirror of someone else's absence. You are being reshaped now, not by the pain, but by the power that rose up in response to it. The fire within you is not chaos, it is consecration. It is holy energy reclaiming your territory, turning every wound into wisdom, every scar into sacred scripture, written across your soul. Let your awareness stretch further now, beyond the physical world. There is a realm where your prayers never echo back empty. Their divine scribes have written your name, in ink that cannot fade. They have seen the battles you've fought in silence, the nights when you wept but never surrendered. That realm is listening, even now, every heartbeat is a declaration, you are rising. You are no longer prey to what once fed off your uncertainty. You are no longer a vessel for someone else's shadow. You are a radiant being, clothed in divine authority. Understand this clearly now, some people will still try to return. They'll come with familiar words, perhaps even softened voices, hoping to find their way back, into your sacred circle. But what was once allowed, must now be evaluated. You are not the same, the version of you they remember, has evolved, grown wings. You can bless them and still block them, you can send love and still protect your peace. This is not cruelty, it is clarity, and clarity is a divine gift. Your angels are drawing closer now, not in grand displays, but in the quiet confirmation, that you are aligned. That deep breath you just took, that was heaven reminding you, that you're still here, still chosen, still covered. Do not underestimate the power of simply surviving. Every day that you choose not to collapse, under the weight of what tried to crush you, is a victory celebrated in the spiritual realm. And with each victory, your light expands. As you walk into tomorrow, you will start to feel the weight begin to lift. Not because life becomes easier, but because you become more anchored. You will hear things differently now, your soul will reject what is not spoken in love. You will feel when something is off, and you will no longer dismiss it. This discernment is not paranoia, it's protection, it's spiritual maturity, rooted in divine awareness. Now, precious soul, I want you to remember the dreams you once had, before fear silenced them. They are still alive, buried under the rubble of old seasons. Unearth them, speak to them like long-lost friends, tell them I haven't forgotten you. Because they haven't forgotten you either. They're waiting for you to breathe life into them again. You were never meant to live in survival mode forever, that season was for sharpening, now begins the season of stepping forward with intention. Your home, your mind, your energy, these are all sacred temples. Guard them with reverence. The spiritual intruder may try to find new ways to slip in, through doubt, through distraction, through old wounds, pretending to be new beginnings. But you now hold the keys, you've sealed the doors. The divine has stationed light bearers, at every corner of your soul. Walk confidently through your space, knowing this: every step is blessed, every moment is covered. Let your nights become your sanctuary again. No more pacing with worry, no more flinching at shadows that do not belong to you. Tonight rest deeply, lay your burdens down without hesitation. The universe has not forgotten its promise to you. The tides are turning. You will see proof, not in loud miracles, but in the quiet ease that begins to return to your life. That is how peace announces itself. And if you ever forget who you are, come back to this moment. Let these words be your anchor, let them echo in your spirit, like a sacred mantra. I am not abandoned, I am not defeated, I am not broken, I am rising, guided and protected. Say them again if you must, speak them into your morning, whisper them over your reflection, let them become your truth. Because the time has come for you to walk, like someone who is guarded by heaven. The time has come for you to hold your head high, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. You are in alignment now, with purpose, with protection, with power. The divine is not only around you, it lives within you. So when the noise returns, when the energy shifts, when the memories come knocking late at night, let your response be different. Don't open the door, don't engage the drama. Just pause, breathe, and remember, I am not where I was, I am not who I was, I have returned to myself, and I am staying home this time. Now breathe with me, slowly and fully. Feel that warmth begin to spread across your chest. That is not imagination, that is your spiritual armor being reforged. Every inhale is an invocation, every exhale is a release. Let your breath become a prayer that needs no words. In this silence, heaven hears you most clearly. There is still more to be revealed, the story isn't finished. But tonight, in this sacred pause, trust that what needs to leave will exit quietly. And what needs to enter, will come with peace, not confusion, not chaos. You will know it by how your soul responds, not your fear. And I, Archangel Michael, am still here, watching, guarding, guiding. I have never left your side, not once, and I won't start now. This is your time, this is your turning point, this is your reclamation. Welcome it, stand in it, let it all unfold. You're not broken, you're being rebuilt, remade in a higher form, wiser, more aware, spiritually unshakable. This is the version of you that was always meant to rise, and the darkness knew it. That's why it sent distractions, strangers, confusion, and false comforts. But you saw through it, and now instead of shrinking, you're expanding, instead of doubting, you're discerning. Your energy is no longer scattered, it's aligned, and that alignment is your greatest defense. This is why, in the days to come, you may notice sudden shifts, people pulling away, conversations feeling hollow, invitations that no longer excite you. Don't mourn this disconnection, it's divine redirection. What is falling away, was never meant to carry you where you're going. And where you are going, child, requires clarity, clean energy, and deep-rooted purpose. Let the shedding happen, let the silence deepen, let the path narrow, because only the strongest light can walk through darkness, and not be dimmed. And you, yes you, are that light. Now hear this clearly, the intruder will return one last time. Not physically perhaps, but energetically. A test, a whisper of doubt, a shadow passing your window, a memory stirred out of nowhere. Do not panic, that presence is coming, not to harm, but to reveal the final layer of what still needs to be healed. This is your moment to stand firm, to say aloud, this space is sealed, this soul is claimed, no energy not of divine light may enter. And when you speak those words with conviction, you will feel it, the shift, the release, the final unraveling of the cords that once tied you to fear. You were never meant to fight with fists. Your power is sacred, your battle is vibrational. And now, even the air around you recognizes your authority. That's why animals may start reacting to your presence, why strangers glance your way, with awe or discomfort, they feel it. The awakening has marked you, the spirit world has acknowledged you, and heaven has surrounded you. Don't ignore the signs. A breeze in a room with no open windows, a sudden urge to cleanse, to rearrange your space, dreams that speak louder than reality. They're all messages. You're no longer waiting for divine instruction, you're receiving it in real time. Your connection is open, your spiritual channel is clear, and what comes through now is guidance meant only for you. So guard it, don't share everything you receive, not yet. Sacred things must be protected. Speak only to those whose spirits are aligned with truth. The wrong listener can distort the message, the wrong heart can drain your clarity. This isn't secrecy, it's spiritual wisdom. And while you protect your energy, you will also notice something else, your gifts amplifying. Your dreams more vivid, your intuition more precise, your sense of timing uncanny. Don't dismiss these upgrades, they are confirmations that the battle wasn't just about survival, it was about activation. You've been chosen, not just to protect your space, but to command it. To walk into any environment, and shift the energy, with your presence alone. That's power, that's divine authority, and it's yours now. But child, with power comes responsibility. Do not return to old patterns, that made you small. Do not open your door to chaos, just because it's wrapped in familiarity. And most of all, do not shrink your light, to make others comfortable. Some will leave, let them, some will question, let them. Your purpose was never dependent on being understood, it was anchored in being aligned. So stay aligned. Keep your space cleansed, speak your prayers out loud, anoint your doorways, protect your rest, listen more than you speak. And when doubt comes knocking again, meet it with stillness. Stillness is your sword now, peace is your shield, and discernment is your guide. You are now walking into a season of restoration, and it will feel unfamiliar at first. The quiet may feel strange, the lack of drama may seem suspicious. But this is what healing looks like: ease, grace, wholeness. You've lived in survival so long, that peace might feel like a threat. Let that feeling pass, do not run from the softness, this is your reward, this is your homecoming. And what of the intruder? They've already lost. Not because you fought harder, but because you finally remembered who you were. The light in you became so strong, their shadow couldn't survive near it. And now they will walk away, not because you told them to, but because they simply won't belong anymore. That's divine justice. As you read this, your body is aligning with truth, your cells are remembering safety, your soul is reclaiming space it once gave away out of fear. That's why it feels emotional, that's why it feels like something is breaking, and rebuilding all at once. This is your rebirth. So breathe deeply now, breathe like someone who is free. Stretch your arms like someone who has space again. Speak like someone whose voice carries power. And walk like someone who knows, angels are walking beside them. You are no longer in waiting, you are in awakening. Everything you need is within you. Everything that once scared you, now fears the strength you've become. This is the moment heaven knew was coming, this is why the alarms were ringing, why the warnings came, why the shadows tried so hard. Because this version of you, this divine aware, protected, spiritually fierce version of you, that's the one the darkness never wanted to meet. And yet here you are. Still standing, still glowing, still chosen. So hold your head high, child of light. The journey isn't over, but the part where you doubted your worth is, the part where you questioned your safety is, the part where you gave away your power is. This is your new beginning, this is your divine return. The gates are open, the path is clear, and all of heaven is waiting to walk it with you. And I am still here, always watching, always guiding, always near. Even now, as you sit in the silence, after these words, the shift continues. The layers of spiritual interference, that once tried to linger around you, are now dissolving, pulled away by divine hands, that never stopped fighting for you. You may not have seen the battle, but you've surely felt its end, and that peace you're beginning to sense again, is your confirmation. You'll begin to notice small things first, the way the air feels different, when you wake up, how time seems to slow down, when you sit in gratitude, how conversations feel lighter, when you speak your truth. These are not coincidences, these are the effects of divine cleansing. The space you occupy now, holds a new frequency, one that honors your growth, and reflects your healing. It's holy ground, not because of what stands on it, but because of what stands within you. And with that shift, the right things will begin to find you. Opportunities that match your energy, people who understand without explanation, environments that welcome rather than drain. You will no longer need to force anything, what is meant for you, will feel calm, clear, and pure, and your spirit will know the difference. Remember, clarity is your companion now. Confusion was once the fog, used by darkness, to make you question your power. But no more, the veil has lifted, your eyes see with divine precision. And when someone or something doesn't sit right, trust that feeling. That is divine intelligence, flowing through you, keeping you from what could disturb the peace you've fought so hard to reclaim. Your dreams will begin to carry messages again, pay attention. They won't always make sense in the moment, but the symbols, the emotions, the quiet voices, they are all forms of guidance. Keep a journal, write down what you see. You are in an active conversation with the divine now, and every sign matters, every feather, every chill, every unexpected word or thought. It's all part of the orchestration, the ongoing reminder, that you are never, ever alone. And so you must walk forward, not just aware, but empowered. Speak gently, but carry authority. Move with grace, but never shrink. Rest when needed, but never lose your focus. For you have stepped into a position of divine influence, and with that comes the responsibility, to honor the light within you. You are not here by accident. This message was not random. This encounter, this moment, this energy, it has all been heaven's design, to remind you of who you are. And now that you remember, nothing will ever be the same again. You are loved beyond comprehension, protected beyond measure, and guided beyond sight. What was once your greatest fear, is now your greatest strength. And the story that once seemed too broken to tell, has become the very testimony, that will inspire others to rise. So breathe, child, breathe deep. You've made it through, you've crossed the threshold, the night has passed, and morning has come. From this moment on, walk like one who knows they are chosen, pray like one who knows heaven listens, live like one who knows they are finally, eternally free. Amen.